Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here. Bringing you guys an old school album review. I'm sorry if I feel a little bit weird or anything. I've been up since 2 a.m. and I've worked pretty much 10 hours today. But yeah, just saw that this album, well, it had a 25th anniversary earlier in the month, and I didn't even know about it. And I just decided, you know what, why don't I just review this? It's actually an EP review, but album, whatever the fuck, I'm just rambling on. As you can see by the title, today we're going to be looking into the self-titled EP from one of the best Swedish black metal bands ever, Dark Funeral. Well, this is actually a compilation EP with called In the Sign. But yeah, the reason I'm reviewing this, technically this came out in 2000, so technically it's not the 25th anniversary, it's more like the 19th. But the reason is it actually has their very first EP, which is the self-titled EP, which is actually the first 4 tracks. But of course, in 99 or 2000, they've actually had included 2 cover songs. But this version I have is the 2013 reissue, which actually has 3 of the live tracks which are 3 of the songs from the actual EP, the very first EP right on here. So yeah, for those of you who don't know who Dark Funeral are, get out. One of the best black metal bands ever, hailing all the way from Stockholm, Sweden, and these guys have been around since 1993. And Dark Funeral, pretty much one of my all-time favorite black metal bands. I'm actually looking forward to seeing them again as part of the Devastation of the Nation next week with Belphegor, Incantation, and Hate. It's gonna pretty much the evilest tour of the year, so if anybody's going to that, see you there. But yeah, anyway, I'm getting off topic. Production, just typical black metal, just very raw sounding. The vocals from Themgoroth, their frontman and bassist that is on the EP, like his vocals just sound really great. Nothing against like Hella Mojar or like any of the other vocalists that would follow him. The guitar work from the great Lord Armon and other former guitarist Black Moon is just great, and this is the only release that has their old drummer Draugen, and his drumming is just really superb. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this beast track by track. Starting it off is Open the Gates, which I think is pretty much a good way to have like an album with an album title, with a good album opener, I should say. It just begins this debut with a release with like Hellish Fury before going into a very like old school section, and Black Moon's riffs as always has a very kind of like nocturnal feeling to them, and Themgoroth's vocals are somewhat reminiscent of Hats from Gorgoroth while being executed in sort of like a different style, and this really does create sort of like the same atmosphere as another band called Necrophobic, which is just really great. Shadows over Transylvania, which features some brilliant tremolo riffs and a sinister atmosphere that is only accentuated by Themgoroth's vocal performance. And these are there are like a handful of like tempo changes throughout the song, with the song slowing down a bit near the end. And this Swedish cult is definitely rooted into sort of like older bands. My Darkest Desire, which continues the satanic assault. One notices that the production is a lot like closer to that of like those of Eon Light by Marduk. Perhaps like the EP would have sounded even better if they managed to get the same sound that like Dissection did on like the Somber Lane, which is funny enough. This EP is where they recorded the Somber Lane as well. Well, that Dissection did. But anyway, back to My Darkest Desires. About halfway through the song, the pace slows down and the melodies really take you into the night sky beyond the realm of living. And Themgoroth's infernal vocals can be considered nothing less than a demonic possession captured on tape. In the Sign of the Horns, which expresses the desire to go from the world of light and to be embraced by darkness forever, as can be said for the rest of the album. The cold nocturnal melodies wrap you around the throat, and the hellish vocals summon forth the Dark Lord. Now, that's pretty much the end of the actual like self-titled EP. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the In the Sign, which actually has the 2 bonus songs, which are both covers by, of course, a lot of people would consider them like the band that started black metal, but they only just made a term. But yeah, no, it is the band that started black metal. Duh, I'm retarded. We're gonna talk about the OGs of black metal. Bathory, Dark Funeral did 2 covers, or 2 of their songs being Equimanthorn and Call from the Grave, which those covers are just really great. I mean, I feel like Dark Funeral just pretty much made them like their own. And of course, the 2013 reissue has live versions of Open the Gates, Shadows over Transylvania, and My Darkest Desires, which I believe they recorded live in South America in 2003. And honestly, it doesn't really change. It's pretty much my thoughts on those songs are different. Like on the studio their tracks, it's pretty much doesn't really change how I feel about this overall. Now overall, the self-titled EP by Dark Funeral, or In the Sign if you want to be more technical about it, is a solid addition to their discography, and it's a good way to start off their career. So if I were to give this a score, I'm going to give this a solid 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's my review of the Dark Funeral's debut, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and if anybody's actually going to see them in Atlanta at the Loft at Center Stage next week, which is a week from today, I will be there. I got VIP to meet Dark Funeral. It's going to be great. It's my second time seeing them. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you all in the next video, and I'll also be at Mastodon tomorrow, so come say hi there. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, keep it metal.